Well, can't say that I'm disappointed with this team because if you do go back to my predictions, I did have them losing to the Tampa Bay Lightning in the second round. So be careful what you wish for, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not kidding. It's mostly gentlemen, because it just might come true. I really hoped that after that game four debacle, that they could at least push for a game six, but I was mistaken. And unlike most Bruins fans, I actually have agency and have the balls to absolutely take a motherfucking dump on this fucking team. Ooh, where do I begin? Okay, here we go. Here's a hot take for you. Brad Marchand, you dirty, classless motherfucker. If there is one person that I think needs to be banned from the league, it's your Canadian ass. Holy shit. If there was any more dirty player, it would probably be another former fucking Boston Bruin in Milan Lucic. And luckily, that guy got what came to him once he took one to the neck. If you don't know what I'm referring to, a couple months ago, he got his neck slashed with a blade. Granted, it was on complete accident, but he had what was coming to him. We all saw what he did to Williams. The next part. Why the fuck are you still relying on a 40-year-old Zdeno Chara to just fill up all the holes on defense? I get it. Tuukka Rask is an elite goaltender, but he can't stop every single shot. You do realize that, right? So you really do need a backup plan outside of just Zdeno Chara, because Torrey Krug is an offensive defenseman. And he's an okay defensive player, but his real talents is creating offense out of his defense, if you know what I mean. Ultimately, I'm very disappointed with how Zdeno Chara has been declining through the years, but ultimately that's just father time because, as we all know, age is the undisputed, undefeated champion of professional sports. And Zdeno Chara, he's 6'9" and 40 years old, so he will inevitably have to retire. And I don't think that the squad that the Bruins have is good enough to win a cup. Fellow Bruins fans, I know you are going to be mad, and I know that you're probably going to crucify me for saying this shit, but deep down, you know I'm right. This isn't 2011. This isn't even 2013. Our roster is not what it used to be, and Charlie McAvoy is our only real hope for our youth because the rest are aging veterans that are just still producing, and eventually that production is going to drop, especially from David Backes, who I don't even know why we signed up in the first place, considering we have Patrice Bergeron and David Krejci. But I mean, sure. One thing I really do not like about Boston, however, in its current situation, is ownership. They're a bunch of spineless cowards. If you fire someone, don't do it while everyone else is looking elsewhere. Because you've done that twice. You did it to Claude Julien on the day of the Patriots Super Bowl parade. If you don't believe me, just look up the dates. And you also fired your previous GM on the day Aaron Hernandez was being tried for murder. Again, look up the dates. I'm not making that shit up. The second the world is paying attention towards something else, you do a spineless move like that. And hell, if there is one organization that has no class and no amount of agency whatsoever, it's the Boston Bruins. That wasn't the case back in the 90s, but oh boy, did that winning culture kick in, and now you guys are a bunch of insufferable cunts that not even I could stand. Grow the fuck up. And how about this year, you actually pay attention to who you're drafting?